Once you've grabbed a blanket or a towel, something soft to use, make your way onto your back. And embrace whatever shape you've intuitively chosen to place yourself down in. Notice all of the points of contact between your body, the mat, the floor. And connect with your sense of touch. Use your sense of touch and sensing the pressure of your body on the mat as a sensory device to anchor you into this present moment. And now begin to deepen the breath. Smooth, full inhales in. And full, smooth exhales out. Maybe you even part the lips and allow the breath to fall out of an open mouth. Bend your knees, place the soles of your feet upon the mat, and then wiggle your feet out wide onto the edges of your mat. Bring your arms up overhead and let the arms just kind of drape lazily. And drop the knees from one side to the other side. Become more aware of the sensations in your body as you bring yourself into locomotion. And also prioritize an awareness of the breath. Pause when your knees are over to the right. Keep your left arm up and overhead, lower the right arm down, and take 3 full breaths in. You'll find that once the in-breath comes in, you'll be inclined to have an out-breath out, so follow that impulse. At the end of your 3rd exhale, bring your knees through center. Lower the left arm and bring your right arm up and overhead into our gentle reclined twist, and take 3 full, smooth breaths. Can you even aim to make each breath longer, fuller than the last? And then at the bottom of that 3rd exhalation, bring your knees to center and hug your knees in towards your chest. Be subtle at first. Offer your low back some gentleness, just beginning to invite it into some length. And now take a full breath in, draw breath towards your low back and up into your belly. Open your mouth, empty the breath out as you draw the knees in a little bit closer to your chest. Inhale, fill up a little bit more, Maybe now you can draw the breath up from the belly towards the low ribs. And then exhale, wring the breath out. One more time, full breath in all the way from the belly up to the throat. And then open mouth, squeeze the knees in, empty out. Drop both knees over to the left and open your, nope, that's the right. I'll learn one day, maybe not, it's fine. Knees to the right, left arm out to the other side. Take one more full cycle of breath here. Exhale, wring the breath out. And then on your in-breath, bring the knees to center and drop them to the left. Right arm out to the opposite side. As you breathe, continue to expand into your belly, your low back, your rib cage, your mid back, all the way up towards your collarbones and shoulder blades. One more ample breath in. And stay for the exhale. Bring the knees to center. Place your feet down onto the mat, more or less under your knees. And now press down into your feet. Begin to peel your tailbone up, your low back, mid back. Peel the spine gently up off of the mat. Not looking for our most exaggerated expression of bridge pose right now. Just letting the body know, giving the body a clue as to what we have in store for it. Take one more full breath in your mini bridge pose. And then exhale, roll, place the spine back down onto the mat. Allow the hips to fully land. And then cross your right ankle on top of left thigh. Make a figure 4 shape with your legs. And now your arms can be doing whatever. Maybe you want to have them out to the sides, down by your sides, palms face up or palms face down, totally up to you. But now press down into your left foot and lift the hips up any amount. Maybe you can even place your hands on your hips and notice that they're more or less on the same level, same height, even side to side. Take a breath in. And then exhale, gently lower your pelvis back down. Uncross the legs, place the right foot down, cross left ankle onto right thigh, and then press your right foot down to lift your hips up. In an asymmetrical, load-bearing shape like this, a little bit of wiggling, a little bit of wobbling, just fine. But aim to keep your hip points more or less on the same horizontal line with one another. Draw a full breath in. And then as you exhale, float your hips back down. Uncross the leg, draw your knees in, and then either roll up and down the spine a couple times or curl up onto your side and press yourself up onto all fours. We will meet there. Hands and knees, and if you like to give your kneecaps some softness, slide a blanket or a towel underneath. And then we'll meet in quadruped position. Place your hands more or less under your shoulders, your knees more or less under your hips. You can even look back and see them. Relax your face, your jaw, your eyes. And now press down even more firmly into your hands. Root the palms of your hands down. Root each fingertip down into the mat. And now keeping your hands stuck in place like they're on fly paper, keep them there. And now energetically drag your hands in towards your knees. As we engage with a little isometric action, this might be a nice time to remind yourself to relax the face and the jaw. Inhale, engage a little bit more. And then exhale, soften, release that engagement, and now take a few cycles of cat-cow. Inhale, lift your tailbone, lift the crown of your head. Exhale, firm, press down into your hands, curl your spine in. And then inhale, arch the spine up. And exhale, curl in. Do that a few more times, moving with the pace of your breath. Either take a couple more cycles of spinal mobilization, cat-cow, or make movements in any other direction. Follow what your body is asking for in the moment. And if you can't quite sense what the body wants in the moment, a good way to figure it out is to just make a movement in any direction, see how that feels, and then follow the information from there. Take a couple more cycles of breath to get any wiggles, any yayas out. Or tend to one part of your body that's been talking to you all day today. Let's meet on hands and knees. And then take your knees a little bit wider than the hips. Bring your big toes together and press your hips back towards your heels into child's pose. Let the arms be kind of floppy here. And circle the wrists, open and close the hands. We're going to head back into a little more load-bearing, weight-bearing onto our wrists. Shift forward, back onto hands and knees. Place your knees under your hips. And now reach your left leg out and back behind you. Flex your foot. Gather your navel in towards your spine. And as you become ready, if you become ready, reach your right arm forward. Keep moving the breath and allowing the breath to move you. Inhale, reach a little bit longer from fingertip to heel. And now as you exhale, bring your elbow and your knee in towards each other under your body. Little crunch in. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, knee to elbow. One more time. Inhale, get longer. And exhale, crunch in. Inhale, reach long. And now place your right hand down. Keep the left leg outstretched, but place the toes, the ball of your foot down onto the mat. The bent leg, pivot it out. So it'll be towards the right side of your mat. We're creating a little bit of a kickstand here. Pivot, spin your back heel down, and then reach your left arm up into a modified side plank. You could stay here, or you could lift your left leg up. Reach your top arm out and over your ear. And now if that left leg is lifted, place the foot back down. Give yourself a little press down into the earth to bring yourself up into a partially upright position. I guess you're fully upright. Gate pose. And now slide your left hand along the outside of your left leg, side bend over, and reach your right arm up and over your ear. We're going to flow back and forth a couple times from where we just were in our kind of modified side plank to this position. So take a breath in. And then exhale, take your right hand down back to the mat. Either you can keep the left foot down, reach the left arm up and over your ear, or you could lift the left leg up. Breath in. And then exhale, come back up to gate pose, reach the right arm up and over your ear into a side bend. Keep going side to side a couple times. Let's move through the sequence of shapes just one more time. End up in the modified side plank, and then place the left hand down, left knee down, and take a moment back in child's pose, hips to heels. Rock forward to hands and knees. Bring the knees back under the hips if they have migrated, and then reach the right leg out and back behind you. Activate the leg, flex the foot, reach the heel long like you're shooting it straight out from your hip. And then once you found your balance here, add in your left arm reaching forward. Inhale, reach longer in opposite directions. And then exhale, curl inward, bring the elbow towards your knee. And then inhale, re-extend. Exhale, crunch in. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, curl. Inhale, re-lengthen. And now place the left hand down. Place the ball of the left foot down. Spin this left shin calf out into your kickstand, and then pivot the top foot onto the mat. Reach the right arm up. If you'd like, you could lift the top leg. Turn your palm to face down towards the floor and then reach the right arm over your ear, creating a long line from your right heel to the right fingertips. Take a breath in, reach longer. And then exhale, place the right foot down, bring yourself up into gate pose. Slide the right hand down the side of the right leg and then reach your left arm up and over. Take another breath into the side bend. And now, as you exhale, start to flow back and forth. This series of movements always reminds me of a kelp forest. So if that supports you as well, to imagine yourself moving through water. Let's move through one more time. And then meet back in the modified side plank. Take your right hand back down and then make your way back onto quadruped, hands and knees. Tuck your toes, press into your hands, and lift your hips up, reach them back, downward facing dog. Make any movements here that feel helpful, pleasant, or interesting to greet your tissues. And now on an in-breath, lower your knees down onto the mat. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Pause in your down dog. Step your feet all the way onto the edges of your mat, bend your knees, and walk the palms of your hands or your fingertips in towards your legs. Bend the knees as much as you'd like. And spend a few breaths here in a languid forward fold. Allow your head, your hands, your arms and shoulders to all be heavy. And now slowly and with awareness, roll all the way up your spine to a standing position. Once your head is up, reach your arms up. Inhale, lift your arms, lift your gaze. Exhale, bring your hands together in front of your heart. Pause. Notice how you feel right in this moment. Walk forward to the top of your mat. Place your feet about hip distance apart. Look down, see your feet. Greet your toes, spread them wide. Press down firmly into the soles of your feet, and then inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward any amount, knees bent any amount. Bring your hands to your shins. Inhale, reach the crown of your head away from your tailbone. Exhale, fold inward. Again, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. One more time, hands to shins. Inhale, reach the spine long. And exhale, fold inward. Step down more firmly onto your right foot, and then step the left foot back. Careful to avoid any obstacles if you've placed obstacles on your mat like I have. Take a moment here in a long runner's lunge. Lower the hips a little bit, lift them a little bit. And then spin your back heel down onto the mat and reverse cartwheel up into warrior two pose. As you inhale, reach your arms up, look up, straighten the front knee. Exhale, open the arms, bend the front knee, look past your front fingers. Inhale, reach up, look up, straighten the front knee. Exhale, deepen in. One more time, inhale, rise. Exhale, deepen. Pause here. How deeply you bend into the front knee is up to you. If today you'd like to give your legs a little bit of a day off, you could bend the knee less. If you want to get on in there, you could bend the knee more. Take your back hand to your back leg, flip your palm to face up, and then reach up into exalted warrior. Take another in-breath here, reach up. And then exhale, move through warrior two towards extended side angle. Bring your front forearm onto the front thigh. Reach your left arm up and over your ear. Your gaze could be down towards the floor, straight ahead, or you could turn the head to look up if that feels good on the neck. I don't know how good it feels for me. I'm not going to choose that. Take another breath in, reach. Exhale, back to warrior two. Land, take a breath in. And then exhale, spin your hands down onto the mat. Turn the back heel up, and then bring the back foot in to meet the right foot. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reach your arms wide. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Maybe you bend your knees on the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, bow forward. Knees bent as much as you like. Inhale, lift the chest, fill your lungs. And exhale, forward fold. Press your left foot down into the earth, anchor into those roots, and then step your right foot back. Once you're in your long runner's lunge, lift and lower the hips. And then spin the back heel down and windmill up, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front knee, reach up, maybe even look up. Exhale, turn your palms to face the floor, deepen into warrior two. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bend in. One more time, inhale, rise up. And exhale, warrior two. Take your back hand to the back leg and turn your palm to face up. Reach the left arm up into exalted warrior. Inhale, fill into the side of the waist and the ribs. And then exhale, move through warrior two to your extended side angle. Bring the front forearm onto the thigh, and then reach your right arm up and over your ear. Press down into the soles of your feet. Imagine a long line connecting the outer right ankle all the way to the right fingertips. Take a breath in. And exhale, warrior two. Come on up. Inhale here. And exhale, hands to the mat. Spin the back heel up and step back to high plank. Your knees could be lifted. Your knees could be down on the mat. That choice is entirely yours. Press down firmly into your hands, the palms, all of the fingertips. And now lower yourself down slowly onto the mat. Imagine that you're pulling yourself down onto the mat. Once you've touched down, untuck your toes. Inhale, reach your breastbone forward and up into cobra. Exhale, lower down. Reach your legs long out behind you. Inhale to cobra, little back bend. And exhale, lower down. Do that 3 more times. And consider experimenting with the placement of your hands, how high or low you stay in the shape. And then make your way into downward facing dog. Inhale, rise up onto the balls of your feet. Look forward, and then exhale, travel to the top of your mat. Hands to your shins, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Reach your arms wide. Maybe you bend your knees, rise all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands together in front of your chest. After that movement, explore a moment of stillness. Let's head now into tree pose. So let's start with the left foot planted. I'm going to turn towards you to show you just some of the many options you could choose for your tree pose. So root the left foot down, press it down like you're pushing it all the way through the floor, through the foundation, into the earth. And then right leg, turn it out, externally rotate, put a little bend in the knee. Options for tree pose, you could place the heel on top of the foot. You could place the foot on the ankle, anywhere on the standing leg. Here's the rub. If you are going to place your foot higher up on the leg, do it without using your hands. Use the strength of your hip and place the foot. You could choose to have your hands together in front of your heart, or you could reach your arms up. So throughout class today, we have been exploring some dynamic movement combinations. Let's keep going on that tip. So from your tree pose here, I would now like to ask you to migrate your body from here into a warrior two shape. I'm going to move the blanket off of my mat. You could do the same. So I'm going to invite your body to intuitively decide how this migration happens. because all of our bodies are so different. This transition can look so many different ways, even in the same person. There's a lot of ways to move through this transition. So from your warrior two, now, as slowly and gracefully as possible, make your way right back into that tree pose. And if you need to take a couple steps to get there and arrive, that's great as well. Let's move back and forth a couple times, move at your own pace from tree pose into the warrior two. Do that one more time. And once you're back in your tree pose, savor it for a moment, take a breath in. And then exhale, place both feet down, give your legs a little kick out. Maybe even press the tops of your toes down onto the mat or circle at the ankles. And let's head directly into the second side. Start by rooting your right foot down into the earth, into the mat. Hands could be in prayer or reaching up overhead. And then place your left leg into the expression of tree pose that suits you right now. And then begin to bend. You know what? Your body gets to decide how this happens. I'm just narrating how mine makes it happen. Choose your own adventure. Have a time of it. Let's go back and forth a couple times. From tree into the warrior two shape. Maybe you can feel it by now. We're doing a good bit of deep hip strengthening here. One more time, back and forth. Arrive in your tree. Full breath in. And then exhale, lower the arms, both feet down. Give your feet and your legs a little kick out, maybe even a little flop out side to side. Doing a lot of those will no doubt give you some really buff shin muscles. Feet, hip distance. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, fold. Step back into downward facing dog. Lower your knees, and then swing your legs out in front of you. We'll meet seated with the soles of the feet together. If you would like to elevate your hips onto something, you could choose a bolster, blanket, block, and scoot yourself up. So starting with our Bharakanasana bound angle pose shape. Without using your hands, use the strength of your musculature to draw your left heel in towards the hips, and then reach, extend the right leg out at a wide diagonal. Nestle your sitting bones into the surface beneath you. Take a breath in, lift the crown of your head up. And then exhale, fold straight forward any amount. So you have an option here about how energized to make this experience. You could choose to flex the right foot and firm the muscles of the leg in your forward fold. You could choose to take a more yin style approach and just let the legs be floppy and let the shape just do its thing. Take a full breath in, full breath out. Walk your hands back in towards your hips. And again, without using your hands, now take this right leg from diagonal, bring it straight in front of you. Inner left foot, join it to the inner right leg. Nestle the sitting bones in. Inhale, reach the tips of your ears up, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, slightly rotate the torso towards the outstretched leg. Inhale, create a little bit more lift and length. And then exhale, fold forward over the straight leg, any amount. And again, for today, you get to choose whether to let the leg kind of go offline and do a more floppy stretch, or if you want to activate the foot and hug the muscles towards the bones. Inhale here. Exhale here. Walk your hands in, bring your torso to upright, and now left hand, bring it up, over, and behind you. And then press down into that hand and lift your hips up, reach the top arm up and back into a little back bend. You can choose as much of a back bend as you would like here. Inhale, fill. And then exhale, float your hips back down onto the earth. Using your strength, bring the soles of your feet together into bound angle. And we'll set up the second side. Draw the right heel in towards the hip, and then stretch the left leg out long. Root your hips down. Imagine them heavy and supported by the earth, and then inhale, lengthen the spine up. Exhale, fold straight forward over your hips. Take another cycle of breath here. Walk your hands in, come to upright, and then bring your left leg straight out in front of you. Root the sitting bones down. Inhale, lift the crown of your head up like you've got a string, like you're a marionette. And then exhale, little twist towards the long leg. Inhale, re-lengthen the spine. And then exhale, fold forward as much as suits you. Draw an ample breath in. And then let it go. Walk your hands in, rise up. Now let's head into that Stargazer back bend. Bring your right arm up, over, plant the hand behind you, and then press into the hand, lift your hips up, reach the top arm up and over. This could become a stretch along the front of the torso into the hip flexor. This could become a back bend if you press the hips forward and maybe arch the upper body as well. Fill with breath. And then exhale, gently place yourself back down. Stretch both legs out in front of you, give them a little wiggle wobble. And then make your way onto your back. Again, notice all of the points of contact between your body and the surface and surfaces that are supporting you. Cross your right ankle on top of the left thigh, phasing out similarly as we phased in. But this time, let's make it more of a hip stretch endeavor. So you could either place the right hand on your right thigh and press the leg away to create that sensation of stretch, or you could interlace the fingers behind your hamstring, perhaps in front of your shin, and draw the legs in towards your chest. And here in the figure 4 stretch or reclined pigeon, there's a nice opportunity to circle out one ankle, maybe both ankles. And explore if you can, and how much you can relax the shoulders. Take a full breath in. And then exhale, release the shape. Wiggle your feet out wide. Drop the knees from side to side. Bring the knees Back to center, point the kneecaps towards the sky, wiggle your feet back in towards hip distance, and then head to the second side by crossing the left ankle on top of the right thigh. And then you could press the left leg away, or you could gather the right leg in closer. Smooth breath in. And then exhale to unfurl and unwind. Wiggle the feet out wide and drop the knees side to side a couple times. Draw the knees in towards your chest, and we will finish up with a brief spinal twist, because I don't know, for me that's just always like a little spritz of citrus, you know, just can really make the dish of your practice. So drop the knees over to your right, open the left arm out to the side. Take a breath in. And then exhale as you change sides, dropping the knees now to the left and opening the right arm out wide. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, bring the knees to center. Place your feet on the mat and then slide one heel away from you, the other heel away from you. Lengthen the legs out. Nestle your limbs onto the mat. If you'd like to bring in a prop to support your final relaxation, do that. And then invite yourself into a few moments of rest. This is the moment when we get to catch up to ourselves and allow all the information that we just gave our soma, allow it to coagulate and integrate, and for your body to decide how best to utilize and interpret that information. Invite your skull to get heavier. Invite your hips to get heavier. Soften your eyes. Soften your lips and your tongue. Soften your belly. And imagine that you could become so relaxed that even your fingerprints begin to unwind and spread a bit. Now deepen the breath. Send breath all the way up to the tips of your ears, to the crown of your head, to the very end of the length of your eyelashes, and all the way down to the soles of your feet and tips of your toes. Start to bring in some gentle movement, maybe opening and closing the hands, wiggling the toes, or shimmying from side to side. Gather your knees in towards your chest and roll yourself onto one side and pause for a generous moment on your side. As you're ready, use your hands and your strength to bring yourself up into a seat. Bring the palms of your hands together in front of your heart, and then briskly rub the palms of the hands together. Once you've created a charge, a sense of warming, place one hand on your heart and the other hand on your belly. And offer yourself a gesture of support. Thank you.